Hello and welcome. My name is Ellen with Ellen Estelle, and today I'm going to show you how to sew Mccalls M8104, the Dawn dress. This is a button-down, semi-fitted dress. It has gathering along the bust and the back waistline. It has an interesting curved waist shape, as well as ruffles along the sleeves. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to sew view C with the longer skirt, but I'm going to add the ruffles on the sleeves from view A. The fabric that I chose is a John Caldor crepe printed fabric from Minerva.com. The fabric is super lightweight and drapey, and I love the slate gray-blue color of the background. The buttons that I chose are a light pink that match the flowers in the dress, which I purchased from Joann's Fabrics. This dress is pretty easy. I'll show you a trick on how to hem the sleeves since they're cut on a circle. The back has a nice gathered waistline. And for the most part, the pattern is pretty straightforward. Keep watching to learn more. First, I'm going to cut out my pattern pieces. Don't forget to cut out the neckline facing pieces twice out of your fashion fabric, as well as your interfacing. First, we're going to start out by making sure we transfer all the markings and notches. Then we will sew the two back skirt panels together at the center back seam. Finish the seam allowance and press to one side. Now sew the front skirt panels to the back skirt at the side seams. Finish the seam allowances and press the seams towards the center back. Now we are going to attach the front bodice to the back at the shoulder and side seams. Finish the seam allowances and press towards the back. The bodice should now look like this. Then you will sew a basting stitch, which is the longest stitch length possible from the small circles on the front and back bodice pieces. Pull on the bottom thread to gather the bodice. Now we will attach the bodice to the skirt. Match up the center front, side seams, and notches as you pin them with right sides together. Sew and finish the seam allowance. Press the seam down. Next we will attach the sleeve ruffle. Transfer the notches, and with right sides together, sew the ruffle along the side seam. Finish the raw edges and press. With right sides together, match up the seams and notches to the end of the bodice sleeves. Sew and finish the seam allowances. Press down. Now we're going to hem the sleeve ruffles. Since this piece is cut on a curve, it will be easier to hem if you sew a basting stitch about 2/8 of an inch away from the edge of the ruffle. Pull on the bottom thread to tighten as you sew. You will fold under the edge twice in order to enclose the raw edge. Pull the thread as you go in order to work the excess fabric into the hem. It should look like this. Now we need to sew the neck facing pieces together. Sew the non-interface pieces with right sides together at the side seams. Repeat for the interface pieces. Finish the raw edges and press. Now attach the interfaced facing with right sides together to the front of the dress at 5/8 of an inch like this. Finish the raw edge and press the seam towards the front. Now take the non-interfaced facing piece and sew to the raw edge of the interfaced piece. Sew at 5/8 of an inch and finish the raw edge. Now we want to press the raw edge of the non-interface piece in at about 3 to 4/8 of an inch. Now you can either hand sew or use the stitch in the ditch method to sew and enclose the facing. You will need to fold under the non-interfaced piece and catch the folded edge, which you will sew in order to enclose the raw edge. Do not sew all the way to the hem. Start and stop about 2 inches before the bottom. Before you finish enclosing the facing, I would recommend to hem the bottom of the skirt. Fold under the raw edge of the hem twice in order to enclose the hem. You can use the same method as the sleeve ruffle if you need help catching all the fabric. Once the skirt is hemmed and the facing is enclosed, make sure you press these really well. And then you can add your buttonholes. Make sure you transfer the markings, and check the placement of the buttons before you sew. Sew the buttonholes and buttons onto the facing. And now you're done! Mccalls M8104, the Dawn Mccalls, is a cute spring dress. I love the waist seam. It's really flattering and fun with the addition of the ruffles. Next time I would love to add the skirt ruffle. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.